Welcome back, Cyclings. We are now going to talk about development and specifically adulthood and as we age. So, in class and in videos, we have discussed childhood development, we've discussed adolescent development, now we're into adulthood. All right, so the first thing I'm going to start with is maturing and aging. So, we're basically going to focus on today physical changes as well as cognitive and social changes. So the first thing we have here is we're going to talk about physical changes that occur between adulthood and old age. So we start with many different theories. We've talked about how this entire kind of unit is based upon theories. So the first one we have is a theory of physical change, and that is kind of theory one, which is the breakdown of cells. So as we age, our bodies kind of break down. It's normal wear and tear on our bodies. And as those cells break down, we start to show signs of aging, such as skin wrinkling and other sort of physical changes, start to shrink, lose weight, things like that. Theory two is that we have kind of that preset biological clock of maturation. So as you get older, as you hit certain time frames, things and changes start to happen in your body. So it's kind of, in my opinion, a mix of the two. But those are the two main theories as to why we have physical changes. Our physical peach, or I'm sorry, not peach, not talking about peaches. Our physical peak is usually between ages 18 and 30. So you guys are starting to enter your physical peaks, so you're welcome. And so once you hit kind of past that 30-year-old range and you get into kind of the middle ages, which is generally between the ages of 35 and 50, your hair starts to turn gray and gets thinner, and then your skin starts to wrinkle and gets things like skin folds and other really fun stuff. And then again, as you start to get to that old age, you start to shrink. And so your bones will actually start to compress, you get shorter, your skin starts to wrinkle, and you get older and older. Other physical changes occur, especially with health problems, such as diseases like cancer, heart disease, and cirrhosis. So as you can see in the picture, that is a cirrhotic liver. So a healthy liver is at the top, and then once you start heavily using alcohol, or even just drinking and other kind of common causes of liver disease, you start to see cirrhosis. So that's the bottom picture. So the three most common causes of death in late adulthood, which is 50 to 60, is heart disease, cancer, and cirrhosis. So those things start to occur kind of as you get older. Also for women, you will experience menopause. And menopause is when the eggs, you run out of eggs in your body. And so you no longer have those sex hormones that regulate when the eggs kind of go out and when you're fertile. And so you lose that ability. And then eventually you'll go through menopause, and it is a hormonal change, and symptoms include, hot flashes, mood swings, and other kind of hormonal changes that occur. So the most difficult thing with physical changes is kind of the change in roles. And so as you get older, kind of the idea that the man has to protect the woman, sometimes those change. And so along with physical changes, we're also having those personality changes. And especially with like marriage and divorce, the older you get, kind of, the more likely it is you'll be married. And then also you'll see divorces later on in life. So handling those conflicts can cause stress. And then as we talked about with our stress and health unit, that stress can cause physical changes in the body and physical complications. But also sharing happy moments, such as, getting married, the marriage of your children, the birth of your children, all those kind of fun and exciting things can also, have positive consequences as well. And then for those of you that are curious, sexual behavior does not change. So believe it or not, as you get older, your sexual desires do not decrease. Physical limitations can cause you to not be able to have as much sexual activity, but the drive is still there. And for the most part, there's no changes in sexual activity. So you can think about that as much as you want. So something to kind of think about just as a review is how much do we change physically as we age? So that is our discussion on physical changes in old age. And next we will talk about cognitive social and personality changes.